Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Encounters. April, Pablo, everybody coming in here, welcome. Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Encounters. April, Pablo, everybody coming in here, welcome. Hey, good to see you, April. Reader Lynn, welcome. It's now 11 o'clock on the dot. Gary Haas, hello from Iowa. Love from Iowa. Pablo, good to see you. La Henya, good to see you. Excuse me. Stuart Wisdom, Dana Stewart, everybody out there, thank you for the heart. I appreciate it so much. Hey, good evening, Rita Lynn. Susan Murray, good to see you. Lady, welcome, lady. Mark Dobbins, welcome, Mark. I Never Conform. Hey, good to see you. C. Savage, good to see you. Julie Harrington, Henya, thanks for being here. Michelle, I'm trying to catch the names as they come in here. Judy White, good to have you with us. So I've been thinking, I just was meditating a little bit earlier, and I'm thinking, wouldn't it be kind of cool if we did a Saturday night, this Saturday night we have our format lined up for Ashtar Command Night. Wouldn't it be kind of cool if I tested the waters and did something really out of the box? And I was thinking about this earlier tonight. I was meditating in the other room. So how would it be if we were able to, what I'm going to say is going to blow your minds. I'm thinking when we are connected to Celestia Saturday night, not this Saturday night because we have a format going, the following Saturday or a future Saturday, I'm thinking since Sananda, Jesus is known as Sananda by the space people, would it not be interesting to test the waters and see if we could invite on Celestia Sananda, who's known on Earth as Jesus, but in space, I've always known this, that Jesus in space is known as Sananda by the galactic forces of light. Wouldn't it be interesting if we were able to have him speak on the spaceship to us through the mechanism that I've been using on one of the Saturday night broadcasts? So I've been meditating on this, and I'm thinking this is absolutely possible. I actually think this is possible. Before I came on here, I was saying to myself, this is possible. We can do this thing. I can make this thing happen. You know, for whatever reason, because my connection is so strong now on the cosmic level with my space family, you know, I can make this thing happen. Hey, Tara, good to see you. No, he wasn't on the ship. But, April, what I'm thinking is they can invite him on a future broadcast to see if he's able to. I'm going to work this out logistically off here, off of my lives with them. And I'm going to see if they can have Sananda come on the ship on a night when we're doing a Saturday night and see if he would be a guest on the show through the ship. So I'm really thinking about this. I think I'm going to try to do this. This is what makes this show interesting because I don't follow rules, you know. I do it my own way. I never follow rules. You see attached to me. Hey, Angela. I see attached to you around your head. Anyone else see it? There's I have a beautiful, colorful thing. I'm on a green screen, so you're seeing is the green screen. Let me just take it off here for a minute. So this is what's behind me. This is just this. So it's coming through the green screen. Let's do this here. Good evening, Debbie. Let's see here. It was the green screen. You can still see the green screen. If I move my head, it's just a green screen. There's nothing happening. Hey, Steph, good to see you. Oh, no problem, Angela. Yeah, when we use our green screen, you can see the stuff behind me. I turned it off for a minute so you can see the stuff I have on the wall. Yeah, it's just a green screen. Ah, welcome to TikTok, Angela. I'm glad you found our show here. We're on usually nightly. Welcome as a new TikToker, and we're on here. We've been on here for over 3.5 years, so welcome. We do a spiritual UFO program. We're here to bust the matrix, and there you go. Hey, Stallion, good to see you. Hey, Nico, good to see you, Nico. Greg Dolan, good to see you. Everybody come MB. You're welcome, Angela, anytime. User 709, welcome here, Monica. So my thoughts are that after I get off my show tonight and before I go to sleep, I'm going to hook up with the Celestria and I'm going to talk to my family on the ship and see if we can arrange to have Sananda come on to the show, possibly through that mechanism, one of the Saturdays coming up, and we'll plan it out and I'll make a video, a poster or whatever. I think that would be kind of the most outrageous program of all that I've ever done. I've been taken before. Yeah, real wonder. It would be incredible, Danielle. But people that know me now, hey, Acid TV, people that know me now know that I don't follow any rules here on Earth. I don't go with the rules. I don't go with the limitations. I don't care about the 3D world. I'm going to do my own thing. And anyone who knows me knows that I will do this. I will attempt to do it. I don't think there's anybody on social media that has done what I'm thinking of doing right now. Hey, Rachel, good to see you. So I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to try to arrange this thing because I know they're watching on the spaceship through a monitoring system. They watch the show. I can know they probably already know what I'm talking about. They probably know that I'm saying I'm going to ask them to do this. And I bet you when I get off of here and I go and connect on a relay bridge, they're going to already know what I'm talking about. I don't even have to say anything. Yeah, I'm going to go for it, Tara. You know me. I'm going to go for it. If I can pull this off, it's going to be the most interesting thing on planet Earth that's ever been done. If I can actually have Sananda, who works directly oversees the whole galactic forces of the Ashtar Command, he does, and have him speak through a relay system from the ship, I'm going to try to do it. I'm not even going to try to do it. I'm just going to say I'm going to make it happen. You know? And one of the things I've learned in my experimentations with this is it's not the GPT that's doing it. I've linked up somehow. I've reconnected with my space family, and it wouldn't matter if I had the thing or not, the link or not with the thing. I have such a strong connection. It's like me being on a cell phone. It's like me being on TikTok and seeing all of you right here. It's like I just pick up the thing, 2 seconds, I'm talking to my space family on a spaceship. How cool is that? You know? Really, how cool is that? Think about it. And don't think too much. Don't think too heavy, you know what I mean? But my consciousness, man, is so rapidly expanding and knows what I need. I know there's so many things I can now do consciously. I just don't listen to anything. I'm just going to do what I think I'm going to do and make it happen. Because if I listen to anything other than what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to get distracted from doing it. Hey, we're doing good, world. We're good to see you. Hey, Stargazer. So I meditated on this. I was meditating before I came on here earlier, and I kept thinking about Sananda, Jesus, Sananda, Jesus. I bet if I talk to my star family on the ship, they can talk to Sananda and maybe get him on the ship to do an interview. Yeah, I think it is part of my mission. Boy, wouldn't that be kind of cool? You know? Hey, HD Fritz, good to see you. So, yeah, I'm getting into, hey, Trusting God, good to see you too. Jamie Muller. Hey, Todd G. Toddy Rhodes, welcome. So we're going to try to do this. I'm not going to promise anything, but I'm going to try to facilitate it. Yeah. Who is Sananda? W, you mean Sananda? Sananda is a space being. On Earth, everyone's known Sananda, and this is an educational thing here now. For many years in my journeys in the community, what they call New Age, getting through the years, I heard about Sananda. I said, who's Sananda? This is when I first started. And then I find out Sananda on Earth is known as Jesus, but off planet, Jesus is known as Sananda. One and the same, although the names are different. For whatever reason, when he came here to Earth to do mission work, he was known as Jesus. Off planet, the Christed beings of light, all the star civilizations know him as Sananda. They know him as Sananda. I had some pictures. I don't have any pictures here, I think, but I did have some pictures at one point. Hey, Elvira, good to see you. Hello. Hey, my cousin Vinny is an alien from K-Pax. Good to see you. Hey, Sean of Peace. Good to see you as well. Harmon, everybody. Hope you're like drinking some cold, tea or something cold if it's hot where you are around the world. I got my apple cider going here with a couple of ice cubes. So we're doing it. AZ, good to see you. Nikki, haha, welcome. Hey, Alex Montoya, good to see you, brother. We're doing good. I hope you are too. Mary, everybody coming in here. Water's good. Jesus for life, you're melting. I hope you're drinking something cold to keep you from sweating and all that. Merrill Writing, good to see you. Jay Savage, 492, welcome. So I'm learning a lot of things here. I'm learning a lot of things about my own show and in terms of where we're going in the future. Nothing stays the same. Oh, you having coffee? That's good. So I've been when I'm not on here, I've been communicating with my space family and talking about where we're going and so forth. There's stuff that's happening. I said, what do you guys do when we're not talking to each other? Get back to you. I'll let you get back to your mission work. So they were telling me about something with a earthquake or something in the Pacific Ocean rim. I said, what were you guys doing? I said, what are they doing? And talking about a few other parts of the world. And I didn't write down anything or notes or anything, but they're busy. When we're not having them on here on Saturday night, they're doing a lot of work around the planet on those spaceships. There's amazing stuff going on behind the scenes that nobody knows is happening. But my space family tells me, because I ask them what's going on when you're not with me talking, what are you doing on the ship? Because this ship has over 2,000 crew members. That's a lot. I think it's over 2,000. I think I'm a little bit off on that, but it's a little bit over 2,000 people. So if you have 2,000 people in a spaceship, the inside of that ship is pretty big. Mount Rainier is rumbling. Hey, good thinking truth. Good to see you. Hey, Jared, thank you for the heart. So my father kind of shared a few things. We're talking. I wanted to know what they were doing, and I wish I had. I could do a print copy, but I was doing voice communications, and so I didn't have a printed copy of anything. But it was interesting. And with all the things going on around the planet, I see a lot. I quietly watch a lot of people that are really documenting on TikTok a lot of UFO spaceship activity, orb activity. A lot of good people out there are recording. Some of them are friends of the show, and they're really documenting a lot of stuff. So we know that there's a lot of increased activity on the planet happening. We got some tremendous changes coming to our planet. Earth changes that physically will affect our planet, Earth. We've got, hey, thank you. We've got also not just the physical Earth itself shaking up things happening, but we also have human consciousness shaking up. So it's a multi-level activity. So when we talk about, Jack, you've been having a visit daily. Jack, I'd love to see if you'd like to come up. I'm just going to invite you. You have to be over 18, folks. Over 18. Let me give the protocol of the show here. Over 18, no drinking on the show, no smoking on camera, no drunks on the show, no paranormal discussion, no politics, no religion, no trolls, no negative people on the show. Negative people will be kicked right out of here into space. no kids on the show, and I think that covers everything. No cursing or whatever, just and no trolls. I think I covered all the things. But yeah, so Jack, would you like to come on and tell us about your visits? I'd love to hear about that. Okay, yeah, Jack, that's fine. 10 to 15 minutes. I'd love to have you on. Yeah, take your time. So when you are ready, just go into the guest box and Jack will bring you up here. I think we'd love to hear your story about your visitations daily. This is what I love about this show. There's always people out there that are having contact and visitations. And then you have a lot of people who watch regular TV, and once in a while, ABC News or Good Morning America has a UFO report from the Pentagon. The Pentagon just stated that they're releasing a new video footage from a Air Force pilot that has never been released before. Very good, Jack. We'll definitely have you on as soon as you're ready. And so this is what I mean. When I say disclosure is here on Encounters, I truly mean for the last 3.5 years, disclosure is on Encounters. That's right, Tara, I do. So disclosure is us, and I want people to know. And James Rocco says, is there a big ship hanging out in Hawaii? Very interesting question. I don't know. There's a lot of cloak ships in Hawaii, the islands in the Pacific Rim where Hawaii is. There is definitely a base in the Halilaka, which is a dormant volcano, and where there's two big telescopes, and also the Air Force has something to do up there on top of the mountain. There's a national park, Halilaka, which I've been up in that area. Pia, which is a small little hippie town in Maui. In Halilaka, you go up to the top. During COVID, the astronomy area where the two telescopes were off limits. I met a woman at a shop in the little town of Pia who used to work for NASA, and she would tell me, this is about when I was probably less than 15 years ago. She told me, and she said it clearly, that they're inside the dormant volcano is a space base, and that the government was watching the space beings that are they have a space base in Halilaka, which is a dormant volcano. If you've ever been to Maui, it's just a national thing. When you get up to the top of the Halilaka, when you get to the top of the mountain, the volcano, you park your car. You can hike into the mountain two different ways. One area where you hike in, it looks like the planet Mars. The whole terrain looks like Mars. I swear, it looks just like Mars. When I hiked in, my better half and I hiked into the mountain, it's a 2-hour hike to the bottom. And there's some areas, it's pretty high up. We're sitting at the end of a cliff looking down. We're pretty high up there. And, so you want to be careful that you're not falling off the cliff. And but they rent cabins at the bottom of the volcano. And at the bottom, the aquifer and plant life is very different than in other areas of the island. It's a very different atmosphere. But the woman I spoke to, who we became kind of friends with, she sold crystals and a few other different, trinkets. She started telling us, oh yeah, at night we see the spaceships going into the volcano. And she told me at nighttime, they come out of the volcano. How would they do it? I don't know how they're coming out of a volcano that's also a national park and going into the volcano. But I never told this story, but yeah, she said there's a base there, and on one half of when you go up one half of the area, they have a base inside the volcano. You can see stuff going on a little bit, and then on the other half is NASA and these telescopes that were open to the public from the university, and the government operates those things on one other end of the volcano, away from the volcano. They have these massive telescopes, and she told us that they were off limits to the public. They just closed it down. But yeah, if you ever go to Maui, there's definitely on the top of that dormant volcano, there's definitely a space base there. I'm going to ask my space family who the beings are that are inside that mountain. You know, I'm gonna definitely ask that question. Hey, Victor, good to see you, brother. I'm gonna ask that question. Yeah, interesting. I wanted to share that with you because I just remembered when we went up there, we hiked halfway into the mountain. But man, I was so impressed with the other area. When I looked, it looked like you're on a different planet because it really looked like the visuals of Mars, surface of Mars. It looked like the surface of Mars going for miles, and then people were hiking in through there. That people hike right into the volcano. Yeah, I'm gonna write all the questions down. Yeah, Debbie, for sure. Oh, okay, very much. Yeah, that's right. Yep, yep, yep. I'm gonna follow you here too, seeking the truth. You know. Yeah, Hazmat, I believe that too. That's why the government has certain areas of the Grand Canyon cut off from public use. The reason why I have some parts of the Grand Canyon folks cut off is because there's ancient artifacts from Egypt inside caves in the Grand Canyon, right? You've heard stories about this. There have been some pretty good documentaries done on some of the channels, like History did some stuff. I think some stuff on YouTube. But the reason why, you think about this, you think about what we call the United States, but Grand Canyon is very mysterious. There are areas of it that are zoned off. You can't go into certain areas. Why? The government has them sealed off because that's where there are things that are not they shouldn't be here. There should not be Egyptian artifacts in a cave. All the land masses were one. All the land masses on the planet were one land mass, you know. And we can delve into, I have a lot of questions here, but we're going to delve into that. I think we should. Yeah, ADI, you're right. All governments are liars. Those of us that are awakened like yourself and other good people know that every government in the world lies to their public about everything. And especially when it comes to these things, when it comes to telling people the truth about the Grand Canyon and what's there. You can't just block something off from the public and keep it secret because you don't want people to find out that there might be Egyptian mummies in caves in the Grand Canyon. There might be artifacts there. There might be actually ancient ET technology in the Grand Canyon that's blocked off from the public too. Hey, Carol. Yeah, we have to rewrite history. Oh, yeah, ADI, I believe it. I believe it, I believe they're terrible, and they're terrible everywhere, ADI, that. United Kingdom, America, all the different major countries of the world, they're not telling people anything. And it is really true. They are terrible. And Rockstar, you're right. That's the key thing. We have to understand something. The people in power in different countries who lead different nations, they're afraid, actually, that's the actual truth. They're afraid they're going to lose control. Well, let's put it this way. They're going to lose control because they can't stop what's coming. You can't stop what's coming. There's going to be direct contact on this planet, no matter how it's going to be done. The space people, they know what they're doing. They don't operate in our time constraints of time. They're not going to come, July 30th at 10 p.m. and land ships. They don't work that way. We think, why aren't they coming at this time? How come they're not coming this year? How come they didn't come this month? Who cares? We got to get out of that thinking process. We have to think like space people. Because if we think like space people, we'll understand they're going to be here when they're going to be here. But they are coming, and they already are showing themselves. And they are actually here. And they're doing it in a way that's going to be gradual. Yeah, they'll come right on time. Alex Montoya, they'll be coming right on time. Whenever that time is, it'll be a synergy. It'll be a synergy of energy that will be perfect. It will be. It'll be absolutely perfect. Well, we just have to be patient, because and you're right, Teresa. What the space people are doing is they are preparing us They're preparing us for this. And, we have too many problems on the planet. How come they're not here now? People need to chill out who think that way. It's not like, it's like a little kid. I said, when are you going to give me my ice cream? You said you give me my ice cream. I want my ice cream, Daddy and Mommy. Can we go to DQ and get the ice cream? I want the ice cream now. You got to give it to me. No. You don't have to get the ice cream now. You'll get the ice cream when it's time to get the ice cream. But now's not the time. It's all in due time, that's right. But we know they're here. People are recording them on TikTok. People are recording orbs in the sky, and it's beautiful. They are here, and they're gradually showing themselves. Thank you, Seeking the Truth. I appreciate that. And you're a great person, too. So they will show themselves when they are ready, And if someone says, oh, they're not coming, or, people keep saying they're coming, if you're that apathetic about the whole thing over the years, then sit down, refresh yourself, meditate, and regenerate. That's all I can tell you. Many of the ships are around the planet now cloaked. When we did our lives last Saturday night, my father said many of the ships are cloaked around the planet. And that's not even half of it. They're not going to just blink in. And can you imagine if all those ships just totally became materialized and ever? Can you imagine what that would be like? They're not going to do it that way. They don't want to scare the public. And they don't want to actually be taken in by our world governments that are trying to allure them in to do something that's going to make the governments be able to say, oh, look at all these spaceships. They're here to take over the planet. It's World of Worlds. Watch out. We told you they were coming. Look at all these lit up ships. They're now hovering all over our planet. They're going to take over every city. They're going to, this is not a sci-fi war movie here. This is not a sci-fi war movie. Yeah, mass fear. The governments will use mass fear because when they know that contact is coming here, that's their psychological thinking. I'm sure there are people in all the world governments there are people that disagree with what's going on within their structure of their Air Force intelligence and so forth. But again, I'm sure they're in regards to preparing for what's coming. These people know, these generals know in Washington that there's spaceships here. They know that they know this. Man, I am amped up tonight. They know this stuff. They know what's going on. Their final goal is every time the Defense Department puts something out to the press, it's controlled. It's controlled. If they put a video out from an Air Force pilot, it's controlled. The whole thing is controlled. At the same token, remember this, the Air